and welcome to this video. I'm really excited for you to be here because we're going to have some fun in this video. Now, in my video yesterday, if you watched it, we talked about the difference between make and do. So I explained when to use these, and I talked about some specific expressions that require either one. One of them is make a mistake. So you don't do a mistake, although I hear that sometimes from my students. You make a mistake. So that's a very common thing, right? We're human beings, we're not robots, especially as learners. Whether you're learning a language, you're learning a sport, you're learning a musical instrument, you're learning any subject, you're going to make mistakes. That's just a natural part about being a human being. Now, in this video today, I'm going to teach you two natural expressions that you can use when you make a mistake. So these are two phrasal verbs that native English speakers use instead of the expression to make a mistake. So by the end of the video, you'll have make a mistake and two other phrasal verbs that mean the exact same thing that will help you sound fluent and natural in English. Now the best part is we're going to learn these expressions by listening to a clip from the TV show Friends. And in this clip, Rachel, one of the main characters, is making a dessert. And she talks about making a mistake using these two phrasal verbs. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump onto my computer. You're going to do listening exercises. You're going to learn these two phrasal verbs, and then you'll see how they're used in a natural context. Of course, I'm Jennifer from jforrestenglish.com, and this channel is dedicated to helping you sound like a fluent, confident, natural English speaker. Now, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. Now, let's jump onto my computer and we're gonna start right away with your listening exercise. So get ready for it. Here we go. What does she say next? Here's your listening exercise. You need to fill in the blank. I'll play it 3 times.
So if I mess this up, there's nothing else for dessert? So if I mess this up, there's nothing else for dessert? So if I mess this up, there's nothing else for dessert?
Did you get this one? So if I mess this up, there's nothing else for dessert. Our phrasal verb is to mess something up. This is separable. Now, this means to make a mistake or an error, to do something wrong, or simply to ruin something like the dessert. And of course, you ruin it if you make a mistake or you do something wrong. So they're all related in their meaning. So let's take a look at some example sentences. The supplier messed up our order, and now the posters won't be ready for the conference. So the supplier made a mistake, they did something wrong, they ruined the order, they ruined the posters in some way. They messed up our order. Now, you might reply back and say, do we have a backup supplier? If this supplier is messing things up, you might want to use a plan B, a backup supplier. Now, we also use this as a standalone statement. You could say, I really messed up. I'm sorry, but I can fix this. So this is like saying, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I really messed up. Really is just to modify it. You could simply say, I messed up. I'm sorry. So after you make a mistake, this is an expression that you can use. Or you could say, if I mess up this report again, I'm going to get fired. So if I make another mistake, it implies you already messed it up once. If I mess up this report again.
So if I mess this up, there's nothing else for dessert?
So Rachel's worried that she's going to mess up the dessert, and she's especially worried because there's no backup dessert. Now, what does Monica say to make Rachel feel better? So we'll do that as our listening exercise. I'll play it 3 times.
You're not going to mess it up.
You're not gonna mess it up. You're not gonna mess it up.
Did you get this one? You're not going to mess it up. You're not going to make a mistake. Oh, that was a nice thing of Monica to say. So you could definitely say this as well if a friend is worried about their upcoming presentation or even just a recipe that they're making, anything. You can reassure them with, oh, you're not gonna mess it up, don't worry.
You're not gonna mess it up.
Now later on in the clip, Rachel is nervous about her dessert again. And she uses a different phrasal verb that has the exact same meaning as mess up. So I'm going to play that clip and I want you to see if you can identify the other phrasal verb that has the exact same meaning, okay? It's not mess up, it's something different. I'll play that clip now.
Come on, I don't want to make any mistakes, all right? This is the only dessert, and if I screw it up, everybody's going to be like, oh, remember that Thanksgiving when Rachel screwed up the trifle?
Did you get it? So it wasn't mess up, we have this one, but the other phrasal verb was to screw something up, to screw something up. Now this has the exact same meaning. So you can replace all of our example sentences, just take mess and put screw, and it has the exact same meaning. I would say that this one is a little more informal, okay? So you'll probably hear this one a lot more, just because it's more commonly used.
Come on, I don't want to make any mistakes, all right? This is the only dessert, and if I screw it up, everybody's going to be like, oh, remember that Thanksgiving when Rachel screwed up the trifle?
All right, so now you have 3 expressions that you can use. You have make a mistake, mess up, and screw up. So now you have all the vocabulary you need to talk about making mistakes. So now before you go, leave a comment. Use all 3 of these expressions. Why not? Why not practice them all? Get really comfortable with them. So you can tell us about 3 different times that you made a mistake, messed up, and screwed up. Be creative, have fun with this. Think of different subjects as well. It doesn't always have to be you as a subject, so you get comfortable conjugating your verbs with different subjects as well. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe. Now, before you go, make sure you head on over to my website, jforrestenglish.com, and download your free speaking guide. In this guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. And until next time, happy studying! All right, awesome job with this video, getting really comfortable listening to fast-paced native English speakers and adding natural expressions to your vocabulary. That's awesome. Now, of course, make sure you subscribe and keep learning with me. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.